I want you to imagine this for a second. How much better would relationships between men and women be if they taught what it was to be a man compared to being like a woman in school? And I think the more time that passes, so like Gen Z currently, we're teaching men to basically become more feminine. This is why you have a lot of women saying that, they don't want most men, they only want like a certain kind of guy, blah, 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 blah. That's just because we're literally conditioning men over time to start acting like women. I am somebody myself that was raised without a father. I had a dad and I had a stepdad, but they were never really in my life. So I was raised by a woman. So I actually fit the criteria of man that I'm talking about. And I had to go out of my way to learn what it was to become masculine and then what it was like to be feminine. And now in this video, I'm going to be teaching you the differences between masculine and feminine behavior. I am not saying that this is a comprehensive, this is everything list, but this is pretty much damn near everything you need to know about masculinity versus feminine behavior. So I'm going to go ahead and read off all of the bullet points on each one, and then we're going to walk through each one in this video. That way you guys can understand what it is each part. So this is going to be a video that you're probably going to want to watch at least twice, just so you can I would actually take notes if I was you. That way you just know, like, okay, well, hey, I might be doing some of this when I should be doing some of this instead. So before I get into the video, guys, I do want to say, if you like what you see, please like the video. I'm a small channel, and this helps YouTube bump it into the algorithm, so that way more men can get help from this. And if you are a guy that wants to get better when it comes to understanding women, whether that's going to be like with new women you've never met, or if you're in a long-term relationship, I have a program that will help you. And when you watch that video on the next page, there's a link down below, you'll see that I'm right. I can help you. And if you think I can, book a time to speak with me by filling out the application. And if you get accepted, then we can book a time to talk. All right, let's go through each one of these points. That way you guys can understand masculine behavior. So I'm going to read masculine first, and then I'll read feminine second, and then we'll go through each one. So masculine is calm, logical, direct. You're a leader. You take responsibility. You're a protector. You're a provider. You're confident. You're charming. You seek progress and results, and you're decisive. Feminine behavior, from what I have, is typically girls are nurturers, they're indirect, they're emotional and reactive, and this is something that I have struggled from. They explain their actions or behavior because they're seeking approval. That's submissive behavior. They do not take or accept responsibility or accountability. This is why you have those memes of women like passing out when they take accountability. They seek validation. That is different from seeking approval. They test your strength emotionally. This is where women will, quote unquote, shit test a man. They prioritize emotional closeness, whereas a man prioritizes progress and results. Okay, so slaying the dragon. And the reason why they seek approval is because they don't want someone to be upset with them. So we're going to talk about each one. Let's go through masculinity first. So being calm means that you're just not emotionally reactive. So women are hot and cold. They're in a good mood 1 minute, and then they're upset the next. A man is supposed to be, think of like a man as like a mountain where you're just there, and a woman's like a storm, whether like it's raining or shining. She's coming and going, and you're just supposed to be there. You're just supposed to be, think of like stoicism, where like you don't show emotions, you're just there. That's calm. That's just being calm. Logical is, men are more logical thinkers. So women, they're more reactive, they're emotional. So I don't really know how to explain that one other than like, okay, let me give you an example. If I have a 34-inch Labubu right here and it costs $1,000, emotionally, I'm like, damn, I really want that. I feel like it's going to make me feel really good if I get it. I'm going to be able to put it on my collection. Okay, I'm going to buy it. Logically, man, I know that's going to look good in my collection, but $1,000 for a little Labubu, that's not going to make me money. You know what? I'm on it, but I'm going to be okay without it. That's logical thinking. I want it, but I know I should not buy it. They're direct. Easiest way to explain this is, if you like a girl, go up and tell her, hey, I thought you were cute and I wanted to come over and meet you. That is direct. I'm making my intentions clear. I thought you were cute and I want to come over here and meet you. They're leaders. So in this one, they lead the relationship. Hey, babe, I made reservations at this steakhouse tonight at 6 o'clock. Please be ready to leave by 5:30. It's going to take us half an hour to get there. That's your leading. I am taking you out to dinner. I made reservations at this time. You need to be ready by this time because we're leaving. They take responsibility. So if you fucked up for some reason, let's say you did something that is worth apologizing for. Listen, I did that and I can see that I hurt your feelings. I'm sorry for doing that. Yeah, I get what I did, made you upset, and I will avoid doing that in the future so I don't cause this again. That's taking responsibility. I understand that my actions caused you to be upset, and I am apologizing for doing that. I'm taking responsibility for hurting your feelings. Protectors, they're just, men are physically stronger. Men have always been the ones to fend off like enemies from the family. Women, they take care of the family. Men are supposed to just protect that family. Okay, so if a guy's like talking down to your girl right in front of you and you want to punch him, that's technically protecting. Your provider, men in the past, traditionally anyways, have always been the ones to provide for the family. So this would be a sense of resources. In the past, money wasn't always around. So that could have been shelter, that could have been food. And another way to provide would be like you make the girl like feel safe emotionally. You're providing her safety. In today's day and age, we look at providing as just having a source of income, money to be able to buy things. You're confident. Confidence is, when you do something enough times, you can do it without thinking about it. That's pretty much confidence. So when you go up and approach a girl, they're nervous. We would be, hey, excuse me. Listen, I'm just really fast. You're really cute. Hey, have a good day. Or you go up to her and, hey, excuse me. Listen, I wanted to come over here and just tell you really quickly before I get back to doing what I'm doing. Man, you're really beautiful. Oh my God, thank you. Yeah, you're welcome. Hey, enjoy the rest of your workout. It was good talking to you. That's confidence. It's just the difference in your demeanor. When you compliment a girl enough times, that's just kind of how you act. I did that a couple different times at the gym today. I went up to this one girl that I could tell was like this one woman actually that was like keeping to herself. She had her head down, had headphones in. I rolled up to her because I'm in a wheelchair, so I just rolled up. I sat there. I could tell she was like kind of ignoring me for a second, and I just sat there and she looked up, took her headphones off, and I was like, hey, I just wanted to let you know, since we're right next to each other, I said, this color purple you have on, it looks really beautiful on you. She was like, oh my God, thank you. I said, yep, you're welcome. Enjoy the rest of your workout. And I rolled away. Charming would be how you make a woman feel. So let's go back to that example of me. There's actually another girl, a girl closer to my age, that was wearing this like blue outfit, and it looked really good on her. That was actually the first girl that I approached. Charming is basically making a girl feel good. So I went up to that girl and said, hey, excuse me, I'm getting ready to start my workout, but I wanted to come over here and let you know before I do that this color blue, this dark blue you have on, man, you look stellar in this outfit. Dude, you look so good in this. She was like, oh my God, thank you so much. So she's feeling good. And you can always tell if a girl is actually liking what you said to her or not based on her response. Now, thank you is like a natural response, but when they light up, when you say it, that's because in the moment they're feeling good. And that's the reaction that I got out of that. Now, seeking progress and results, men have always been the ones to go out, slay the dragons, build empires, build businesses, go to work, make money. So seeking progress or results, me filming this YouTube video teaching men is going to be progressing the growth of my YouTube channel and giving men a result of understanding the difference because of this. That this is me doing what a man is supposed to do. I'm focusing on what I'm passionate about. And then the last one is decisive. This one is if you're going to make a decision, you just have to make it. If there's 2 different restaurants you want to take your girlfriend to, and you don't know which one you want to take her to, and you ask her which one she wants to go to because you're unsure, you're being indecisive. That's feminine behavior. That's a turn off to women. But if you have 2 different choices, and you tell your girl, okay, I had 2 different places that I wanted to take you, but I want to go here, so we're going here. That's decisive. You're making the decision. Women don't want to make decisions. They just want to show up and have a good time. So you as a man need to make a decision. That was masculine traits in a nutshell. That's pretty much what it is to be a man. I explained that is pretty much as simple as I possibly could. Now let's go into feminine. So females, and if you look at every girl you've ever interacted with, you're going to see that they pretty much share almost all of these. Okay. So they're nurturers. By that, I mean like women. If you've ever seen women around children, they just naturally, well, I would say a majority of women naturally love kids because there are those that don't want kids. But even then, around like puppies or kittens, or even if they don't want kids, they could be like a teacher and still take care of kids. Women naturally take care and like nurture families and like infants. That's nurture. They're caring. So if you had a hard day of work, she might like scratch your head or like rub your back. That's caring. That's nurturing to you. The next one is going to be indirect. So when women say things, they kind of like beat around the bush. They drop little hints. They kind of expect you to read their mind. That's why when it comes to talk, men are direct, women are they're indirect. They just, like I said, they expect you to read their mind. If you're a man and you've ever spoken to a girl, then what I just said makes sense. That's going to make sense. I don't know how to give you a specific example, but women just kind of like, if she's upset, she's not going to tell you why she's upset. She's going to show it in her behavior. And when you ask her, she's not going to tell you. She's just going to expect you to know why she's upset. And that's annoying as fuck, but you have to like get it out of her. Dude, I can tell you're upset. I don't know why. I can't read your mind. I want to help you feel better. Please tell me what is going on. I want to listen to you so you can feel better. All right, the next one is going to be they're emotional and reactive. So because I grew up with a single mom, not single mom, but I grew up with just my mom, basically. Like I said, my dad wasn't in my life. I saw my mom get reactive and lash out. So I grew up thinking that was just normal. And it's not. That is very feminine, and I can see I did that in most of my relationships. And looking back now, I'm like, damn, I wish I knew what it is I know now. Reactive, so like if you say something that upsets a girl, she's going to do something or like get emotional back. So an example of explaining reactivity would be like if you say, hey, baby, this outfit you have on, I don't really like it. I don't think you look good. She's going to freak out and start yelling at you. That's reactive. Instead of being like, well, what is it that you don't like? She's like, what do you mean you don't fucking like this? I just blah, blah, blah. I just spent like $100 on this and you're telling me that I look fat in this? You're like, I didn't say you look fat. That's reactive, okay? And this one, explaining actions or behavior for approval. Now, they do this, they explain why they did something. So an example would be if a girl, let's say you text a girl and it takes her like 2 days to respond back to you. She's going to say something like, hey, I'm so sorry. I got so busy at work. I wasn't ignoring you. I promise, and I'm here now. I had an ex-girlfriend disappear on me for 4 days and then come back later saying, hey, I'm sorry. Work just got so busy. And I'm like, dude, I used to live with you. Like, you were never that busy. You used to text me like pretty consistently throughout the days. Like, and I knew she wasn't that busy, but it's like, hey, I got busy with work. She's explaining why she was ignoring you. I got so busy with work, I wasn't ignoring you, because they're trying to get your approval to not upset you. Oh, you were busy? Yeah, that's fine. I'm glad you're here now. That's what they're looking for. They're looking for your approval as to why they ignored you, okay? And then the next one is going to be they do not take or accept responsibility. How many times? I don't even feel like I need to explain this one, dude. How many times has a girl done something wrong and she either tries to blame you, she tries to blame something else, she tries to blame how she was feeling. If a girl like cheats on you, she might say like, oh, you did this because you act like you don't care. I feel like you don't care anymore. But that's what they do. They flip it back onto you, because just women, they don't want to take responsibility because they don't want to like be responsible for hurting someone's feelings. That's really what it comes down to. They just because women are emotional, they don't want to hurt your feelings, because if they hurt your feelings, they're going to in turn be responsible for hurting your feelings. That's going to make them feel bad. Women don't want to do that. They will argue against my point. But that is why women have a hard time accepting responsibility, because if they hurt your feelings, their feelings are not going to feel good as well. The next one is going to be seeking validation. So seeking validation, the way I explain this is, if you've ever seen a girl on Facebook or Instagram, and I know one girl in particular I'm thinking of, that they constantly post pictures where they're half naked and they're getting attention from men, they're getting a ton of comments and a ton of likes and hearts, that is validation seeking. I'm going to post this because I want to feel wanted by other men. That is seeking validation. That is an insecure behavior. Women who do that are extremely insecure, and that is a deeper root cause. Whereas seeking approval, that's surface level. Okay, hey, I know I ignored you, but I'm going to explain why I ignored you. But I'm going to keep posting pictures with my tits out because I'm single right now and I never had a dad that showed me love the right way growing up. And I dated a bunch of men that emotionally abused me. So I need to make sure that other men still want me because I don't feel good enough on my body. That's seeking validation. So if I'm taking my girl out to dinner and she wears like this nice tight black outfit on and she asks me how she looks in it, and I tell her and I praise her, baby, you look so beautiful, that's seeking validation. They want to know that emotionally they're wanted by somebody. The next one is going to be avoid confrontation. Because men are physically stronger than women, women have been conditioned through time to say or do whatever they need to do in order to avoid getting physical with men. That's why women avoid confrontation. So when they're upset, they're not going to tell you why they're upset. They're just going to expect you to see it in their behavior. Okay, that's the easiest way to explain that. And then this one, test your strength emotionally. This is just a shit test. Women will do something, whether consciously or subconsciously, like pull away from you and ignore you for several days because they want to know that when they come back, they want to test your emotional strength. Are you going to freak out or are you going to be okay? Now, in the example I gave you, if a woman pulls away for several days and let's say you're not in a relationship, I would think that's low interest. She just doesn't like you. I personally will just stop talking to women like that. But if it's your girlfriend or a girl that you've been dating for some time, women will naturally pull away from you anyways because of their emotions. And you just have to let them go. And if you really like that girl, you got to let her go. And if you know she likes you, she will be back. And when she does come back, she's going to tell you an excuse because she's seeking approval. And you just have to be okay with it. Hey, I know it's not cool that you did that, but I'm glad you're back now. Or you don't even have to, or just be like, hey, you know what? If you were really that busy, I understand. I'm glad you're here now. You don't have to call her out for it. But at the same time, I would also call her out for it. Listen, I get you pulled away for a couple days, but that ain't going to work with me, man. This lack of communication, that's not acceptable. So how you handle that, I guess, is entirely dependent up to you. Now we have prioritizes emotional closeness. Men seek progress and results. Men fight dragons and build empires. Women have always been the ones to build relationships. This is why women naturally have bigger social circles, because women prioritize emotional closeness. That's why they're always talking to their girlfriends on their phone. They're always texting somebody. They're always communicating with somebody. It's not normal to see a woman that enjoys spending more time by herself. Men do that. Men have smaller social circles because men, again, they slay dragons, they build businesses and empires. They want to see results in something. We get bored if we don't. Women love talking. Women love being around other people and communicating. So that's going to be all of them, guys. That is like I said, a pretty comprehensive list on the differences between masculine behavior and feminine behavior. Obviously, we want to stay in our masculine frame, especially as a man, because if you stay in your masculine frame, you're always going to attract a very feminine woman that's going to treat you the right way. When a woman stays submissive and feminine, she's not going to be like disrespectful or rude, or she's not going to test you that much. So like I said, this is a video that you're going to want to take notes on. If you like this, please like, comment, and subscribe. And remember, gentlemen, I can help you communicate better with women and have better relationships. I have a 60-day guarantee if you get accepted to join my program, because you're going to have to apply. I say 60 days, 2 months, because I know men go at different paces. I help men when it comes to being single and trying to get a girlfriend, all the way to you're in a relationship and you want to make that last as long as possible. This is just something I'm so passionate about, because I believe that if men understood women and women understood men, that relationships will be better. We'll have more sex, we'll have better families, we'll last longer, the hookup culture will die down. This is what I do. This is I help men not make the same mistakes that I've made. So if you want to join, click the link in the description, watch that video. It'll tell you what you're going to get, how it's going to help you, and apply to join. If you get accepted, book a time to speak with me and we can talk one-on-one to see if it even makes sense for you to join. With that being said, gentlemen, if you like this video, please check out this one right here. You guys are going to love that one as well. And gentlemen, hey, I'll see you guys in the next one.